Guys, in sales, you need to reverse the process. Something that we do and we train called compassionate interrogation. You don't just meet your customer, show them a product, build a little rapport, qualify them, ask them to buy, and then overcome objections, okay? You need to unearth their pain points. You need to find out what the objectionable components are before you actually try to close them. You need to move to what's called a non-objectionable close. And we train to get there every single time. How do we do it? We solve for the big three. We have a framework. It's very simple. When you're engaging with a customer, okay? I'll stick with tangible assets right now. Who sells a thing? A car, a refrigerator, a paved driveway, a financial product, real estate, okay? Okay. Solve for the big three. What brought you here today? What is your buying power? What did you hope to accomplish today? Very simple, okay? These are the only three things that are going to be objectionable components with your customer. It's just a fact. Other than the house has a broken chimney, the home inspector won't buy it. Other than a specific product objection, okay? The big three. What brought us here today? What is our buying power? What did we hope to accomplish? Now, guys, when you're pitching in that old familiar way, your customers feel it, okay? You got to make it unfamiliar to them. It has to feel different. When you meet somebody new and you engage in conversation with them, when you guys are talking to each other today, you're going to be engaged. Why? Because it's stuff you never heard before, okay? What Danny was talking about, that same old bullshit, hey, what's your socials? What are you into? How many followers you have? Let's take a selfie. You're not going to remember that person. You'll have a picture and you'll go, that was that guy. Somebody that actually talks to you, engages with you, gives you information that's compelling, that's going to stick. Because it's unfamiliar. It's information that you haven't come across before. It's a frequency that you're not used to, okay? Consistent, simple framework. Consistent, simple framework. Who in here has a sales team? Okay? Who in here is a salesperson? Who in here doesn't sell at all, never has, never will? Okay. One person. Do you have a husband? You sell, trust me. Okay. All right. The big three. What brought you here? What is your buying power? What did you hope to accomplish? To be clear, these are not questions. Hi, Mr. Customer, what brought you here? Well, I need a car. Obviously, no. What is your buying power? Have you got credit? You can't say that. You have to solve for these things. Guys, I don't have enough time up here on stage to go down through the entire framework, okay? I'm giving you the bullet points and the actionables. Obviously, you want to learn more about it, you could do that. But this is the framework, okay? You got to solve for the big three. Flow selling. This is an acronym. Fundamental, logical, and obvious. You have to stick to your framework. You got to sell the same way every single time. What I mean is you have to solve for the same things every single time. When you engage with a customer, you have to unearth why they're here. What's the reason for engagement? What are they doing here? You got to find out what their buying power is. Who's ever gotten to the end of the presentation and somebody said, yeah, dude, I love it. I'm going to think about it. I don't have the money right now, but in a month or two when my settlement check comes in, I'm going to do this. Who's ever dealt with that? That's because you didn't establish buying power at the outset of the conversation, okay? Think about it. If they can't engage, don't you want to know in the first 5 minutes? Okay, we teach that, all right? ALR, who's heard of active listening? Okay. Who's heard of active listening? Okay, there we go. Guys, active listening says, I hear you say something, I repeat it back to you to show you that I heard it, okay? Say, I like four-wheel drive trucks. Okay, so you like four-wheel drive trucks, got it. Let's take a look at some four-wheel drive trucks. That's active listening, okay? Say it again. I like four-wheel drive trucks. Okay, so what I hear you saying is you need a truck. You prefer something that spins all four wheels instead of two. You're driving through some rough terrain, some snow. Yeah, makes sense. I'd probably need a four-wheel drive too. That's ALR, active listening response. Not just listening and saying, I heard you, I iterated upon it, it makes sense to me, here's my version I'm giving back to you, you tell me if I'm right or not. What does it do? Two things. It shows you that shows them that you're listening, and it shows them that you heard them, you understand. When you show somebody that you understand, they believe that you can help them. When they say, yeah, he gets me, he knows why I need it, he knows why I gotta have that thing, he then believes you can solve for it, okay? Salespeople, write this down. You have two jobs, especially tangible asset salespeople. You have two jobs. One is a telemarketer. Yep, I said it. The other is a closer. Stop trying to close the deal on the set call. Stop trying to work numbers over the phone before the customer comes into your store. Stop shooting yourself in the foot.